Why self-aware people slowly disappear from crowds. You can be surrounded by people and still feel like you are disappearing. Not lonely in the obvious way, not standing in a corner crying, not begging anyone to notice you. You are there. You are smiling. You are nodding at the right moments. You look perfectly normal. But inside, something is quietly shutting down. Maybe it happens at a company party, a birthday dinner, a weekend gathering at a crowded coffee shop. The music is playing. People are laughing. Glasses are clinking. Everyone seems to move so easily from one conversation to another, as if social energy is something they were born knowing how to use. And then there is you. Hold your drink, smiling politely, pretending to follow the conversation while your mind slowly pulls away from the room. You start noticing everything. The laugh that sounds a little too forced. The person trying too hard to impress. The tiny shift in someone's tone. The tension between two people who are pretending everything is fine. And suddenly, it feels like you are behind glass. You can see the room. You can hear the noise. But you are no longer inside it. Then the exhaustion arrives. Not sadness. Not anger. Something heavier. A deep, invisible tiredness that settles into your chest and whispers one thought again and again. I need to go home. So, you leave quietly. No dramatic goodbye. No explanation. You just disappear. And when your front door finally closes behind you, the silence feels almost holy. You sit there in the dark, breathing again, wondering why peace feels so much safer than people. And then the question comes. The one you may have asked yourself for years. What is wrong with me? Why can't I just be normal? Why do I feel so disconnected from everyone else? My name is Philex, and I spend far too much time thinking about why human beings feel, react, and protect themselves in ways they do not always fully understand. And if you have ever felt different, misunderstood, or quietly exhausted by the world around you, this video is for you. When people notice someone slowly pulling away from social circles, rejecting party invitations, or becoming increasingly silent in group chats, they immediately rush to label them. The world loves easy, superficial labels. They will say you are becoming antisocial. They will say you are difficult, cold, or hard to reach. They might even assume that you think you are better than everyone else, looking down on the simple pleasures of regular human interaction. But the truth is much more complex than that. There is a widespread belief in society that human connection is a game of numbers, that the more social you are, the healthier you must be, and that pulling away from the crowd is a sign of psychological regression or emotional fragility. We are taught to believe that those who remain in the center of the crowd are the ones who have figured life out. But looking at it from a deeper psychological perspective, the exact opposite is often true. Not all withdrawals are born out of weakness, and not everyone who loves the quiet safety of their own home is boring. Often, the people who are slowly disappearing from the crowds do not lose their mind. They are finding their soul. They are entering a profound stage of psychological maturity known as self-awareness. They aren't running away because they cannot handle the world. They are stepping back because they finally understand exactly who they are within it. To understand why self-aware people slowly fade into the background, we have to look beneath the surface. This isn't just about being an introvert or experiencing social anxiety. This is a deliberate shift in how a highly conscious mind processes reality. The first major mechanism at play is the evolution of psychological boundaries. When someone lacks self-awareness, their mind functions like a house with no door. Anyone can walk in and dump their emotional garbage. But as you develop deep self-awareness, you realize your internal peace is a finite, precious resource. Look at it this way. A self-aware mind acts like a highly sophisticated radar system. While an average person just hears a conversation, a self-aware individual is unconsciously processing micro-expressions, hidden motives, and emotional authenticity. This constant, deep-level processing puts the nervous system at high alert. It is profoundly exhausting to exist in environments where you constantly absorb the unhealed trauma and social masks of a room full of people. This brings us to a crucial distinction: the difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is a painful state of isolation characterized by a desperate hunger for external validation. Solitude, on the other hand, is a position of immense psychological strength. It is being completely whole within yourself, requiring no external noise to validate your existence. When a person becomes self-aware, they stop using social interactions as an emotional anesthetic to numb their inner void. They look at the crowd and realize that playing along with social games just to fit in is the loneliest feeling in the world. They discover that it is infinitely better to stand alone in your truth than to sit at a crowded table where you must betray your authenticity just to keep your seat. Let us bring this down to earth. Think about someone who slowly stops replying instantly to group chats. In the past, they might have been the person who answered every message, laughed at every joke, sent memes, and tried to keep the conversation alive. But over time, something changes. Their replies become slower, shorter, more careful, not because they stopped caring, but because they started noticing how much noise those conversations were adding to their mind. They open the chat, see dozens of messages, half-jokes, complaints, gossip, tiny dramas, emotional reactions flying in every direction, and their nervous system simply says, "Not today." So they step back. To others, it may look cold. It may look distant. It may even look rude. But inside, it is not rejection. It is self-preservation. They are no longer willing to throw their energy into a space where everyone is talking, but almost no one is truly listening. They would rather save their words for one quiet conversation with someone real than spend their entire day performing connection inside a digital crowd. Or think about the person who stays silent during an office argument or a family debate. Everyone around them is reacting. Someone is raising their voice. Someone is trying to win. Someone is defending their ego instead of hearing the truth. And this self-aware person simply sits there, calm, observant, almost unreadable. They are not silent because they have nothing to say. They are silent because they have learned something many people never learn. Not every battle deserves your nervous system. They have been through enough conflict to know that some arguments do not create understanding. They only create more wounds. So, they choose peace over proving a point. They choose their inner stability over the cheap satisfaction of being right for 5 minutes. And this is where self-awareness becomes both beautiful and painful. First, protecting yourself can feel like wearing heavy armor. It keeps people out, but it can also make you feel stiff, guarded, and alone. But with time, that armor begins to change. It becomes less like a wall and more like a clear pane of glass. You can still see the world. You can still care. You can still love people. But you no longer allow every mood, every opinion, every hidden tension, and every chaotic room to enter your body and rearrange your peace. That is not coldness. That is emotional maturity. Now, you might be thinking, does this mean I am just avoiding things? Am I truly healing, or am I just too afraid of being hurt again? This is where we must look at ourselves with absolute, uncompromising honesty. There is a very thin, dangerous line between healthy psychological boundaries and emotional avoidance. When you disappear from a crowd because of a healthy boundary, you feel a deep sense of stillness and expansion inside your body. You leave not because you hate the people there, but because you love your peace more. You don't carry resentment at home. You simply choose an environment that aligns with your true self. You remain fully capable of connecting deeply when the context is authentic. But when you disappear out of avoidance, the sensation is entirely different. You feel contracted, tight, and defensive. Your mind races with judgment about how toxic or superficial everyone else is. You aren't choosing solitude because you enjoy your own company. You are running away because you are terrified of being rejected, judged, or misunderstood. Avoidance wears the mask of a boundary, but its root is always fear. If you are pulling away because you believe the world is inherently unsafe, you are building a prison and calling it a sanctuary. True self-awareness doesn't make you isolate yourself forever. It simply gives you the clarity to deliberately curate your life, opening your inner circle only to connections that are genuine, safe, and reciprocal. And this is where we hit upon a tragic, beautiful truth about human development. The most profound realization of this journey is not that you simply prefer being alone. It is that you begin to see how much of human society is built on a foundation of collective distraction. Why does the crowd stay so loud? Why is there such desperate pressure to constantly talk, party, and perform? Because the moment the music stops, the moment the room falls completely silent, people are forced to face the one thing they are most terrified of, themselves. They are forced to hear the whispers of their own unresolved pain and emptiness. The crowd stays loud because the noise is the only thing keeping their internal demons at bay. When you become self-aware, your presence becomes an accidental mirror. By refusing to wear the social mask, you unconsciously force others to look at their own lack of authenticity. Nothing terrifies an unaware person more than someone who is perfectly comfortable in their own silence. And here is the ultimate insight. You did not lose your ability to connect with people. You lost your tolerance for illusions. You didn't become cold or antisocial. You simply outgrew the version of yourself that needed shallow validation to feel like you mattered. You realized that you would rather have 2 people in your life who truly see your soul than 1,000 people who only love the mask you wear. Also, if you recognize yourself in this, the answer is not to disappear from life completely. You still need people. You still need love. You still need moments of real connection. But you also need to stop handing your peace to every room you enter. Here are 4 small practices that can help you protect your energy without shutting your heart down. First, learn to read your body before you force yourself to stay. The next time you are in a crowd, a conversation, or a group setting, pause for a moment and ask, what is this doing to my body? Is your stomach tightening? Are your shoulders rising? Is your breathing becoming shallow? Do you suddenly feel heavy, irritated, or far away from yourself? Your body often tells the truth before your mind is brave enough to admit it. When you notice those signals early, you do not have to wait until you are completely drained. You can step outside. You can take a break. You can leave with grace before your nervous system reaches burnout. Second, practice strategic pauses. You do not have to answer every invitation, message, or request immediately. When someone asks you to go somewhere, do something, or give more energy than you have, try saying, let me check my schedule and get back to you. Or, I need a little time to think about that. This may sound simple, but for someone who has spent years people-pleasing, this is powerful. It gives your nervous system space. It stops the automatic yes. It helps you respond from clarity instead of guilt. Third, use micro-boundaries instead of disappearing completely. You do not always have to cut people off. You do not always have to vanish. Sometimes, you only need a smaller door. If someone invites you to a gathering, you can say, I would love to come, but I can only stay for an hour tonight. If a conversation becomes too much, you can say, I want to continue this later, but I need a little quiet time right now. These small boundaries protect your energy without destroying the connection. They remind you that you are allowed to love people and still have limits. Finally, give yourself a daily space where nobody needs anything from you. Not your phone, not your inbox, not your family, not the world. Just 15 minutes of silence. Sit in a quiet room. Let your thoughts settle. Let the emotional noise from the day rise, move through you, and pass. This is not laziness. This is not isolation. This is nervous system repair. Because if you do not create silence intentionally, the world will keep filling every empty space inside you with noise. And slowly, you will forget what your own inner voice sounds like. So protect that voice, not by hiding from life, but by learning how to return to yourself before the world pulls you too far away. You are not broken. You are not too sensitive. You are not strange just because you need more space than others. Perhaps you are simply someone who had to learn how to protect yourself from a very early age. And now, the survival phase of your life is over. Your journey moving forward is not about fixing yourself so that you can become louder, more popular, or more easily accepted by a society addicted to noise. Your journey is learning how to return to yourself in a way that is calm, clear, and profoundly honest. Never apologize for the silence that protects your soul. If this video made you see a part of yourself, please leave a comment below. What did you realize about yourself in today's topic? And if you want to continue exploring the deeper layers of human psychology, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss our next videos. Thank you for spending this quiet time with me. Protect your peace, and I will see you in the next video.